Hey yo, what is up? We are looking at the new Japanese heavy tank that is being tested. This is the Type 63. Looks a lot like a BZ-75, doesn't it? BZ-175 or whatever that BZ tank is. But we are taking a first look at the new line of Japanese heavy tanks. Look at that compared to the old heavy tank. It looks kind of big, right? This is the heavy tank in tier 8. This is the Type 63, which is going to be a premium tank. Obviously, you saw some videos about this tank, and this looks like they're trying to generate some excitement over the next couple of months or whenever they're going to release this tank. But it does feel like this tank is going to come out sometime in December over the Christmas holidays. That's what the speculation is anyway. The reason why they're doing this early and releasing the teasers, they're trying to generate some interest because you can see that the trajectory of the game right now isn't exactly on a good path, and trying to get some forward looking, some future projecting, show you what's going on in the future early on. The earlier they do this, the more buzz they can create over the future of World of Tanks. But anyway, here we are, Type 63. The first look, this is going to be the premium tier 8. And yes, it does look a little bit like the Chinese BZ tank. The gun looks kind of funky. It looks a little bit like Myrni kind of gun, alien looking gun, maybe Waffentrigger gun. Maybe you could even say it looks like a Steel Hunter gun because it's got some funky springs out on the barrel. I don't know exactly what the purpose is. It doesn't look like it would have been anything real. I don't think any modern tank has this kind of look on it, but that's the way it is. I don't find it very attractive. Other than that, the looks of the tank just looks like a basic tank. It doesn't look anything too special. However, it does operate with hydro pneumatic suspension, which means you're gonna get different kind of gun depressions, I suppose. And let's take a look at the stats. 1400 hit points, 800 horsepower at 51 tons. This gives it a 15.4 power to weight ratio. Not too shabby. This is not going to be a heavy slow tank. This is going to be pretty mobile pretty mobile heavy tank with not a lot of top speed because it only goes forward at 35 kilometers an hour, 12 in reverse. The rotation speed is about 29-30 degrees. The view range 380 meters. Hull armor 80 millimeters sloped, but you can see at an angle, if you can look down on it and shoot straight down on it, I suppose you're going to pen it almost every time. Turret armor is a little bit better, 175. Of course, this is a pointy kind of turret as well, so you're going to get a lot of sloping, a lot of bounces. If you look down on your enemies, over terrain using your 10 degrees of gun depression, then you're going to bounce a lot more. It's going to have more effective armor than 175. I'm going to assume it's 200 plus effective armor when you are looking down or you are looking over a ridge or something like that. 360 alpha damage on this gun, 440 with HE if you are going to pen it. 230 penetration on the standard AP shells, 290 penetration on the heat shells. This has the average DPM of 2050. Reload time 10 seconds is not too shabby for a heavy tank. I think you can probably get this down to about 8.5 seconds of a reload time. The dispersion of this gun is the interesting part. It has two kinds of dispersion numbers here. It says 0.36/0.27. This is, I'm assuming, when you have the pneumatic suspension activated. I don't think you need to trigger it. I don't think you need to hit X. I think you just need to be at a certain kind of slow speed, and then you are pointing your gun down. The pneumatic suspension will activate automatically or something like that. Some kind of, it's going to work automatically, and your dispersion is just going to improve that way. That's what I think anyway. We'll find out when, as this mechanic develops. So we'll see what's going to happen. I don't think it's in the interest of wargaming to make too many mechanics that are difficult for new players or casual players to understand. I don't think you're gonna need to have to trigger any kind of keys, press the X to activate or anything like that. I think it's just gonna work seamlessly, automatically, and it's just gonna be 3/6 dispersion, and then when you are active, when you are looking down, or when you are slow, when you are creeping up forward, then the dispersion will just improve itself from 0.36 to 0.27. That's what I think anyway, because it won't be in the interest of the game to make it too complicated or make it too fancy or make it too difficult for casual players to operate. But anyway, the aim time 2.4 seconds, so pretty slow aim time but pretty accurate gun. This means you're gonna have to be kind of stationary. You're gonna have to be in operating in slow speed in order to get this kind of accuracy. If you're gonna be driving around and just blasting your gun, it's gonna have to be in close quarters. If you're gonna be shooting at medium distances and long distances with those snapshots, I just don't think the gun is going to be working in that way. Of course, we still do not have the moving dispersions. I'm gonna let's assume it's somewhere around 0.15, which would not make it the greatest, but it won't make it the worst anyway. But we'll see what happens. We're still very in early days. Again, I am predicting that this will be sometime around Christmas time kind of release, and then we'll see what happens as time goes on. Obviously, we're gonna get more news in the next couple of months over what they're gonna do with this line of tanks, and then we will see if they make any changes to the common test or the super test tanks. We'll see what changes they're gonna make before they actually come closer to the release dates. But anyway, that's what I have for you for the preview, and hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.